Today's video is VR to Beeleyman, but it's not a competition VR. It's a response to his question, how do you store your knives? Beeleyman has a toddler, and at the moment he's keeping his knives in a briefcase because it has a lock on it. And he was asking basically, what does everybody else do to keep the knives safe from inquisitive fingers? But we don't have any kids. It's strictly an adults and cats household. But I wanted to do a VR because a similar question has been on my mind for a while now. When I first started collecting knives, I only had a handful, and what I decided on as the storage method then seemed very practical, and it's been okay for a while. What I started off with was these. A plastic organiser box from Class Olson. Now, all I've done is inside the lid I put some duct tape just to make the lid opaque, and then what we have is 3 rows where the removable dividers. These little orange inserts can be slotted in at several places. I think there's about half a dozen on each row, and they all come, each slot comes with an orange divider. And what I've done for the foam padding is Tesco's everyday value washing up sponges. These were, if I remember, 14 pence for a packet of 10, and they are just the usual washing up sponge, whereby you get a rough backing strip and then the normal sponge. So what I did with them was, it just so happens that if you put 2 layers, it fills the slot right to the top, purely by coincidence. And then all you need to do is mark out the shape of your knife and then cut the recesses to suit. And as I say, that was fine for the early days. I've got 4 of these boxes now, but what I found was that even though these channels were big enough to accommodate the first couple of fixed blades, once I got the GI Tanto in its custom leather sheath, it wouldn't fit comfortably. So I had to have another look around, and I ended up back at Class Olson. Now, I don't have any affiliation with Class Olson, I just like it as a store. I got one of these. Standard hard shell equipment case, commonly used for camera equipment. They were on sale, I think because they've been replaced with a moulded shell version rather than the board and edging. That's upside down, that's not good. Just give me a minute to straighten the mess. Everything's collapsed. What a knob. So, try again. So, standard equipment hard case with the bobbly sponge at the top, and the sponge in the bottom layer is divided into little blocks, but they're not cut through completely, so that you can join up the cuts and remove sections to fit your equipment. This had the advantage that it would fit the fixed blades in, and it was cheap, but the disadvantage is, as you can see, It's mahoosive, and even if they were still available at the reduced price I paid, I don't really think it'd be practical just because they're so bulky. So that means I'm wondering the same question as Beeleyman. What do you do to store your knives? If you've got any suggestions, any comments, I'd appreciate it, because I'm reaching a point where I think I might have to change the way I do it. And obviously security is a concern. If you have got kids, then these big cases do lock. And with the little organiser boxes, I've got 4 of these now, but basically with these you can stack them, grooves on the bottom match the ridges on the top, like that, and then you can get a fairly standard luggage strap with a combination, and that'll go round and through the handle gap there. Not a massively robust anti-theft device, you only have to cut it, but for keeping kids' fingers out, more than sufficient. But as I say, I'm wondering now if I need to change my approach. So this is my VR to Beeleyman. That's how I store my knives. And as I say, if you've got any comments, I'd be very glad to hear them. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.